Hey guys, it's Mark, and I'm in here in New York City, and you're not going to believe who I've come down to see today. I'm spending the evening with three of my favorite hypnotists, but you're going to have to figure out who it is. The first one is from New York. Her last name is an animal with feathers. You can go figure it out. That's right, it is the one, the only, Maria Burtz. Wave hi, Maria.
Hi.
My next one is more related to the dolphins than she is to wildlife with wings, and that is the one, the only, my favorite athletic hypnotist, Joni Knighty. Hello, Joni. Say hi.
Hi, everyone. So good to see you.
Well, in that pan, you probably saw the last of them all. The incredible hypnotist is in New York, and we're going to spend some time with him tonight. And while we're here at Scallywags in the city, we're going to spend some time talking to Richard and the other hypnotists, because there's a lot that's going on. And one of the things that's been going on that I want to talk to you all about is the firestorm that I started last week, about the number of conventions that are going on, the amount of training that's going on, the insane rates, and people who are spending their entire life doing training and not doing performing or working in the clinics and charging insane amounts of money, and why you should not be going and following that route. So we're going to spend some time on that. We're going to find out what people have been doing, and stay tuned. We'll be back to you in a little while. So I want to find out some information, because we come to hypnosis and we come to the process of hypnosis through various different experiences in our life. And I've got three other hypnotists that are with me here tonight, and I want to find out some more information about what brought them into this scenario, what made them become a hypnotist. So I'm going to start tonight with a friend of mine, Joni Knighty. Joni, as you know, or if you don't know, you should know, is a tremendous hypnotist. Her work with athletes is among the best in the country. Joni is really at the top of the game. She is working with Olympic level athletes, the top of the top, the best of the best. And I want to find out what it is that drove her into the world of hypnosis. So Joni, thank you for spending a few moments with us. What is it that brought you to this world? Why hypnosis? I know you've got your specialty is in other areas of counseling, but what was it about hypnosis that brought you into us?
Well, first of all, thank you for asking that question. I appreciate that. I was just in an interview 2 days ago with Gregory Dwyer, and I was speaking about the big why. And so I think it is good to have these questions asked to remind us about why it is that we decided to do what it is we're doing, because if we don't know, we shouldn't be doing it, right? So I have been working with an anger and violence intervention program that I pioneered 26 years ago, and also I've been working with athletes for over 15 years. But I came to a point where I realized that I needed to find something that worked faster, was portable, and also permanent. And so through my research online, YouTube videos, just the way everyone else does it, I was relentless in finding out what would work. And I decided that neuro-linguistic programming, NLP, and hypnosis was the way to go. And so my first teacher was Richard Nongard, Dr. Richard Nongard, and I really appreciate that. I've learned a lot from him, and he's always accessible and willing to help me. And Steve G. Jones, actually, because as you know, he has many videos and YouTubes online, so he's pretty smart about that. And so I experienced those initially, the self-hypnosis audios, and I decided that I'd like to do that myself. And so that's kind of a long answer to your question, but that's how I got started.
Thanks, Joni. Yeah, and that one of the things about the conferences that are coming up is that we've seen Steve G. Jones, and I too have watched Steve's videos, and I've done work with Richard Nongard, and looking forward to getting together with Richard at the No BS conference in February in Las Vegas. And if you haven't considered that possibility, it's something you really should consider, because for the first time, I think in the industry, we have somebody who has really taken the bull by the horns, not to be too corny, and is really taking a look at who are true professionals in the business, and are working forward to making that happen, and giving us professionals who really not only talk the talk but walk the walk. And in fact, before I get to the next person who's going to be one of the presenters at that conference, I want to spend some time with another hypnotist, a friend of mine, somebody who I met through Richard's training, Richard Barker's training, and that's Maria Bird. And Maria, you want to share some time with us, if you would, about what it was that brought you to the field of hypnosis?
Well, I sort of fell into hypnosis. It seems to be, it was a natural progression. I started meditating about 18 years ago. I had some exposure to hypnosis, and I just wanted to look further into it. A lot of the things that I do, I've seemed to fall into, So I work in an accounting firm, and I help the accountants with their CPA exams. And then at home, I have a bunch of clients that are from Las Vegas that I met a couple of years ago on vacation, and that was totally by accident. I speak to them about sales. I've been doing sales and collections since I've been 16 years old, so it's just natural for me to teach people how to do, how to manipulate people out of their money, so to speak. See, I told you con before, but now it's manipulate.
So I don't want to spend, and I really don't want to spill the beans here, but one of the things we were discussing before we were on camera had to do with an experience you had with hypnotists that were less than scrupulous, some things that were going on, and these are some of the concerns that I have with what we are doing as an industry, that it's really important that we need to start policing one another and seeing how it is that we do things. Ethics is so critical, and it really is something that we really need to spend a tremendous amount of time in, and I'm really concerned about some of the things that I've heard over the past with not only hypnotists who got into the business because they too were concerned about their own experiences, but what it is that we can do. One of the people that I've had a chance to meet and really get to know, and I'm happy to be able to call my friend, is the incredible hypnotist Richard Barker. For those of you, all of you know who he is, who are on this website. But I do want to spend some time with Richard because he is doing some exciting things, and he's going to be presenting at the No BS convention along with a great script of characters, Mark Savard, Kevin Lapine, who is the organizer of the conference, Emily Lapine, Nadine. That's right, Nadine is going to be there. Is Kelly going to be? Kelly Carls. So that's on the stage side. On the clinical side, I really want to I'm going to be torn because I do both between the work of Bill Arundel and Richard Nongard and Martin Castor, and it's just such a great cast of characters. But these are people who are really doing the work. So I want to spend some time with Richard right now because Richard's been really pushing the buttons of not only getting hypnotists out on the field and really doing the training that works, but the most important part of the work that Richard's doing, I think, more than anything else, is the work that he's doing in getting you to learn how to market yourself. And I want to spend some time with him on that. Richard, what do you think? What's new and hot in the world of marketing?
Well, I think there's a couple of things. One is email is not as effective as text message. So that one, everybody checks their text messages pretty much immediately, just like Joni is right now. And yeah, of course you do, because it's a text message. So that's hot right. Of course. So that's hot right now with marketing. But email, Joni hasn't checked her email tonight, but she checked her text. Maria's going to go and check her text right now because it was a suggestion.
I'm checking my Facebook.
And that's the other one I was going to say, the number 2 hot thing at the moment.
You didn't check your text because
I did when you were talking.
I asked you to order a Malbec.
Did you see your reply?
Yes, thank you. But I actually do, I'm working all the time.
I know.
Okay.
So text messaging is obviously very important and critical. And the second thing is, I think that's going to go into 2018 and beyond, is Facebook Messenger bots. They're not going to go away. ManyChats and Facebook bots, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, then you've pretty much been on the receiving end already without maybe even knowing it. When you put an order in on something you saw on Facebook, and it pops you out to the shopping cart, whatever that thing might have been, like an omelette toaster or something strange, it bounces you right back to Facebook, and it shows you your order and your shipping address and delivery details all within inside Facebook. So I think honestly, Facebook is going to replace landing pages. We're still a couple of years away yet, but I think landing pages are actually going to be Facebook pages because they're more indexed on Google. And I think ManyChat or Facebook bots are the new way of communicating instead of email. Email is going to die a death, and Facebook bots and Messenger is going to take over because you can automate them just like you can with email automation. You're going to email your Facebook bots. And then SMS marketing, as you know, text message marketing, you can already automate it, and you can already broadcast it, you can do voice broadcast. But the problem is it's a little bit tarnished because of all the spammers, spamming, your cell phone right now. So it needs to have more regulation before that gets more effective, but it will be the most effective way. So I'm excited. I mean, we're sitting here, in the middle of New York City. It's December, it's 2017, and I think next year for marketing we've got some big hits like Hypno Thoughts. I'm teaching influencer marketing, how to influence and market them and basically persuade people with channels of millions of people how to get on their channel, because unless you have a YouTube channel, for example, with millions of viewers, which you probably don't watching this, if you did, great, but probably you don't. But how do you leverage other people's social media influence? And I think that's going to be big in 2018 as well. I think that's going to be influencer marketing. You heard that word, that buzz phrase, influencer marketing is going to be huge in 2018. Facebook bots, robots, Facebook bots is going to be huge as well.
Richard, thanks. And one of the reasons that I'm spending some time with you on video today is because working with Richard, and as I said, not only is Richard a friend, but I've had the opportunity to spend some time with Richard and see his training programs with regard to video and how important it is. And the fact that you're here watching us now just speaks to the fact that video is critical and that it does send the message out to you. And if you're not using video on your website, you're not using video on your Facebook page, then you're missing the boat. Because here's the story. The bottom line is, in this environment and at this time, people want to see what you're about. They want to hear what you're about. They don't want to read what you're about. And if you've got something that's compelling, you've got a message, then why not send that message by video? And that's the whole point. The thing is that, and this is the part that really confuses me, and I want to spend some time, and I know this is controversial, and maybe some of the people at the table tonight are going to shy away from it, but the fact of the matter is that as hypnotists, we need to be carrying our message in a better way. We need to send our message to the world outside. What we have, what we do is important, and the fact is that we can do it better. We shouldn't be diminishing our self-worth. We shouldn't be undercutting one another. We should be working together as a community to find ways to improve the message that we're sending, to improve the ways that we're doing things, and showing how that we, as a community of hypnotists, can improve the hypnosis community. I don't care if you're doing stage work, if you're doing clinical work, if you're doing corporate work, you need to be getting out there, you need to be sending your message, and you need to be telling people, this is what I'm worth. The fact of the matter is, those of us who are in the business, who are working every day at hypnosis, need to be getting out and making the message happen. So I'm gonna stick my neck out, and I challenge you who are watching us today to share with me your experiences. If you're not making the top dollar, what you want to make, you need to be telling us what you need to do to make that happen. Focus on getting that gig. Not at $500, not at $600, not at $700, but what it's worth. $1,500, $2,000, $3,000 a day. You don't need to be doing the gigs for $300, because if you stop, you'll find you're going to do a lot more gigs at a lot higher number. Now, I don't say that from lack of experience. I say that because that's the mindset that I've been taught and followed, and it is working for me. Yeah, I don't post every day that I'm going to this event or going to that event. But I can tell you right now, this is Tuesday night. This is the only night I've got this week that's free. Wednesday I've got a gig. Thursday I've got a gig. Friday I've got a gig, and Saturday I've got a gig. If you're not doing that, why? If you're not doing that with your clinical clients, why? Because you don't believe in yourself. What can you do to believe in yourself more? So let me throw that out to the crowd here. I've got three tremendous hypnotists with me. Share with me what it is that you think you could be doing better to share with your peers to get them to really stretch out, stretch their wings, spread their wings, and be the hypnotist that they want to be. Maria, I'm going to put you on the spot first because you're sitting right there. I want to know what you think that we as hypnotists can be doing better to carry our message, to get out there and really get clients into our book. If I'm not mistaken, you had something about that in your Hypno Thoughts conference about being and selling and getting the clients that you want. Is that so?
Yes, I did.
Okay. So why don't you share with us, because you had that expertise.
Well, basically, what you should do is talk about it any chance that you get. When you go out to dinner and you have the waitress come over, you ask questions about them, tell them about yourself. I went on vacation a few years ago, and I had a vacation through the Hilton, and they were going to sell me a timeshare in order to have a room for a discounted fee. So when they were trying to sell me the timeshare, I started talking about hypnosis and how to make their selling better. And that's how I gained most of my clients out in Las Vegas. I have 16 clients in Las Vegas that I consistently talk to over the internet, and we discuss how to use NLP and hypnosis in their selling.
That is absolutely tremendous, because and that's one of the points. We get out there. It's when people ask you, what do you do? What is it that you do? What is it that you tell them? I just had an experience with my wife, and she was seeing a doctor for the first time, and one of the questions on the questionnaire was, what is it that your spouse does for a living? And the doctor was fascinated at the fact that I'm a hypnotist. And that's what I put down. That's my vocation. That's what I do for a living. And she was more interested in finding out how I can help oncology patients, cancer patients, get through their treatment and get through the trials and the challenges that cancer and cancer treatments pose for them. So let me hear some thoughts that Richard has, because Richard is not only out there doing it every single day, but he's also one of the instructors that makes a difference. He works with his people, he gives information, and especially about getting your message out and how you do that. And some of the programs that he has and he shares with you is really powerful, and it's cost effective. We want to talk to him about that. Richard, some of the things that you teach people about is how to market themselves, how to get their message out. And what kind of programs can you offer them, can you share with them some of the things that I know you shared at HypnoThoughts this past year. Why don't you tell us some of the things that you think people need to be doing that they aren't doing right now?
I think one of the things with marketing is a lot of people struggle with it, because they don't find it interesting or exciting, or it's not techniques or tools that you would typically use in a hypnosis practice. But obviously it's the lifeblood of any business. In terms of programs, I would say definitely go into the No BS convention. I'm going to be teaching how to effectively use press releases to your advantage, marketing. Thank you, my darling. And I think, press releases are a way to get on page 1 of Google, so it's vastly important. Also at HypnoThoughts, so it's a No BS convention. At HypnoThoughts, I'm going to be teaching influencer marketing, and also I'm going to be doing a stage hypnosis class for everyone. I encourage you, if you don't want to actually have a stage hypnosis career, but you want to use the stage hypnosis skills for your everyday hypnosis practice, then that would be a good 2-day post-convention workshop to go on. I think with marketing, you've got to be consistent, so you need a way to learn marketing at your own pace online, so watching videos and in your own time, and keep it in the loop. And the easiest way, I guess the cheapest or the freest way, is just go to marketingninjahacks.com, and you can sign up for the newsletter and the Facebook group, actually, Marketing Ninja Hacks as well. And every once in a while, it's not a spam group. That's what I like about it. I don't spam people with any like upsells or sales and things like that. But what I do is, when I find information, I post it to the Facebook group, and I also put it on the newsletter. As I discover it, I post it. So if there's a video of something like, for example, Facebook bots, which I discovered a couple of months ago, that really has made me a good amount of money, and it's helped me with my clients, I'll post that on Marketing Ninja Hacks newsletter, and I'll record an over-the-shoulder video so you can see just what it is. And if that falls in line with what you do for a living, great. If it doesn't, you haven't lost anything. But I think with marketing in particular, which was the question, you just got to be consistent and current. People are teaching old stuff, and you need to be up to date, current, and get a return on investment for the time you spend learning the marketing, investing some money in the marketing, and buying these programs. But I teach you that through what I actually use and what works. I've spent a lot of time and research and development using what I believe to be the best tools out there. It's obviously paying dividends, because I'm not shy of clients for hypnosis, hypnotherapy, or for shows. So it's obviously working for me. I have no problem passing that on to other people, and just educate, learn, educate, and let me know if you need any help. I'm more than happy to help you. So just find me on Facebook, reach out to me.
That's great information.